What is up guys, Stark here. I am back with a new video series, and honestly speaking, I wasn't too sure if I wanted to do this video, but I went ahead and decided to just say, you know what the heck, let's go ahead and do it. And if you guys like it, then I'll continue doing it throughout the rest of the year, and if you guys aren't a huge fan of it, then we can just scrap it and move on to something else. But this is kind of going to be an expanded look at the schedule for 2020. Now, the dates are going to be off probably because we're following Japan's schedule, and their dates are a little off, but looking at the Hokusai event is actually following the same pattern as Japan, so we might be pretty similar in our path. We might be trying to stay pretty similar as far as dates go. But anyway, this is going to be the Fate Grand Order 2020 calendar for January. So you guys can see the image on the screen right here. It's pretty much a bunch of pictures. I'm just going to go through the dates and talk about what important stuff is happening on each of these dates. Now, this is pretty much only like to do with characters. There's a few other events in there that I'll talk about, but for January, it pretty much only has to do with like characters and banners and character events and stuff like that. So we're going to go through each date and talk about it a little bit, not too much, otherwise this video would be pretty long. But I don't know, I thought it was a cool idea to do. So we're going to try it. Like I said, I'm trying to do different stuff, different content for you guys to watch. So here we go. So starting on the 1st of January, which is today as of recording, is going to be the Hokusai event. And the little Saint Court next to her is going to be the guaranteed SSR banner. I wasn't really sure what image I could use for it, so I just put a quartz there because you have to use paid Saint Courts for it. But yeah, those two start on those days, and you guys can see on the little calendar on the left side, it shows little icons for characters. Those are the start dates of the events. So you guys can see we have 5 different major events in Fate in January that we should be expecting. Although Semiramis will probably get pushed back to February, but on the Japanese version she did come out on the 31st, and that is in January, so I did throw that on there for that date. But yeah, we start with Hokusai on the 1st, moving on to the 2nd. We're also going to have Hokusai and the guaranteed SSR there. No changes at all. And you guys will see here in a second, each day, you know, there's different servants rated up. So moving on to the 3rd, we swap out Hokusai for Gilgamesh, and the guaranteed SSR is still there. It's going to be there for a while. Moving on to the 4th, we have Skahak rated up. 5th, we'll see the Archer of Shinjuku rated up. The 6th, we'll see Melt rated up. The 7th, we'll see all of the 5 servants rated up. So you'll have Hokusai, Melt, the Archer of Shinjuku, Skahak, and Gilgamesh all rated up. So, you know, that it's always a tough choice when you're pulling on banners in Fate. You know, do you go for the one banner that has the one character you want, or do you go for the banner that has all the characters and test your luck in trying to get multiple characters at once? Personally, I like pulling on the one that has one character or the new character plus one other character. I don't like pulling on ones that have multiple 5 stars because the odds of you getting the one you actually want are a little bit lower. But it depends, you know, if you don't have any of these 5 characters and you don't particularly want any of them, then it might be worth going for. After that, on the 8th, we have a new servant for the Hokusai event, and that'll be Tamamo no Mai Caster. Not necessarily new, just some we haven't seen yet so far in the Hokusai event. And then following her is going to be Musashi, last year's New Year's servant, coming back. Moving on to the 10th, we do have Hokusai returning the rotation. We also do have a new event that introduces the alternate costume for Jalter. So that's really cool. It's the old Da Vinci event, so that will be making its return, and you'll get the wardrobe for Jalter. But Jalter is also on a banner, so you can pull for her at the same time. Moving on to the 11th, nothing changes, and then the 12th we'll see Hokusai swap out for Gilgamesh. This is basically restarting the rotation that we had at the beginning of the month. However, now we have 2 banners out. We have the Hokusai event and the Jalter and Da Vinci event, and Da Vinci will swap out with Jalter on the 13th, and you also do have Skahak as well. The 14th will keep Da Vinci but switch out for Archer of Shinjuku, and the 15th will give you Melt, and will also give you a chance to get both Jalter and Da Vinci. The 16th will see all the characters rated up on the same day, so you have Melt, Da Vinci, Archer of Shinjuku, Jalter, Skahak, Gilgamesh, and Hokusai, as well as the guaranteed SSR still active. So that's going to be a pretty busy day for summoning on the 16th. The 17th sees Tamamo no Mai Caster and Jalter rated up, and the 18th will see Musashi and Jalter rated up. The 19th, we'll see Hokusai and DaVinci rated up. This is also the last day for Hokusai's event and the guaranteed SSR. So if you haven't done it by then, you definitely should make sure you get that taken care of before the end of the day. Otherwise, you will lose your ability to get Hokusai or the guaranteed SSR for the month. Moving on, you have DaVinci by herself, and this will continue here into the 21st with DaVinci and Jalter. The 22nd will stay the same. The 23rd will see Jalter rated up by herself. The 24th will see a new event being introduced, and this will bring out Shutendoji, Kintoki, and Raiko to the fold, as well as Jalter's also rated up there. There is no event servant tied into this event. It just gives you a chance of getting 3 pretty good characters, one of which I'm really excited for. So January is looking pretty brutal for me. The 24th will also be the end of the DaVinci event, so this will be your last chance to get Jalter or her wardrobe, so make sure you take care of that before the end of that day. Moving on to the 25th, we have Kintoki and Shutendoji rated up. The 26th, we'll see Shutendoji and Raiko rated up. Probably gonna pull on that day to try and get one of those two. I did this last year and didn't work so well, but maybe this time I'll get lucky. The 27th, we'll see Raiko and Kintoki rated up. And the 28th, we'll have a new event. The Fate Extra Encore event will be coming out. Hopefully Global gets this one. If not, then all of these servants won't be rated up. But I expect we'll get something. It'll just be called something different. But this will introduce Drake as a 5-star character who is summonable throughout the entire event. And this event will also stretch into February, so in February's video we'll be continuing this. But for the 28th, it'll be Kintoki, Drake, Nero Claudia Saber, Nursery Rhyme, Lee Shuin, and Gawain. The 29th, we'll see Shutendoji, Drake, and Nero Claudius rated up. The 30th, we'll see Raiko, Drake, and Gawain rated up. And the 31st will be the introduction of the Valentine's Day event, which introduces a new 5-star character, Semiramis. But you also do have the other banners coming back as well, with Raiko, Shutendoji, and Kintoki all rated up, as well as Drake and Nursery Rhyme. So that is your January 2020 banner event schedule preview thing. Each day broken down a little bit for you guys, so you guys can see which servants you are looking forward to each day. Again, if you did like this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know so I can continue the series if this is something you guys are interested in. If not, though, like I said, we can just scrap this and move on to something else. I do want to do a big shout out to Rosuuri, who I apologize if I said the name wrong, but she is the artist who has the picture in the background. So I do use her art pretty frequently, so I do want to do a shout out to her. So I'll have links in the description below for her websites and links and stuff like that, so you can check out her artwork. And she does have a shop you can buy things on too, so she does art books and things like that, so definitely check those out. And that's it, guys. I also do have links in the description below for my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord, so feel free to check those out, and I will see you guys next time.